Welcome back to Cutting It Up. I am your host, Liz Groeschen, and today I am joined by film director Sherman Fraser. Thanks for joining me.
Of course, thank you for having me.
What are you up to when you're not cutting it up with me?
Currently, right now, I'm actually working on my short film that I've been shooting. I'm in the editing process of it.
Ooh.
It's pretty difficult.
What is it about?
So the short film I'm making right now, it's about a guy that's like basically, well, for me, I'm a film director right now, but he's an aspiring filmmaker, and he's looking to get into the film industry, but he also needs a job to like get himself there. So he goes to an interview. He's supposed to go to an interview, and basically everything bad happens that day for him. He ends up late. He ends up missing the train. It leads to him not getting a job.
Okay.
So it's like basically like a fortune of bad events.
Did you write it?
I did. I wrote it. I directed it, and now I'm like in the process of like semi-editing. So
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
What inspired? Is it autobiographical? Are you wanting that information linked to it or not?
I wouldn't say it's autobiographical. I would say it's more of like a inspiration of like everyday people. Like I would say for me, it could be troubling at times when you're on a train and it's delayed, or you're trying to get to work and something is just stopping you at that moment.
Right.
And I feel like a lot of people can relate to that, especially like if you're looking for a job and just something just bad happens that day, like whether it's like, you know, you missing the train, you end up waking up late because of the alarm, something just happened. So I feel like it's just a relatable, funny story because it's also a comedy as well. So
Okay.
it's not just all bad. It's like funny relief to it at least. So
There has to be. And
Yeah.
it is like, I feel like anything can be funny if you have the right lens
yeah,
to look at it with. You know what I mean?
I understand what you mean.
How long is it?
So it's a short film. It's mostly gonna be like the length time is gonna be 7 minutes.
Okay.
I am currently trying to get it to go into certain festivals. So hopefully we can get into some festivals, so look out for that. I have a lot of films in store after that. It's not just this one, but this is like the starting catalyst for it. Just be on the lookout for that. It's called Luck. So,
How many films have you worked on before this short film?
I've just worked on 2. One was my thesis film for my NYU program that I did, and the second one was a film that I just made like over the time of like being at home last year. I was like at home because I got laid off from my job, so I was like, why not just make something
Yes.
inspirational? So I made a short film. So those are the 2 like projects I have to my name besides this one.
And you wrote both of those?
Yeah.
Did everything behind it?
So for the second one that I did, I wrote, directed, and also like did the cinematography. The first one I did, I had one of my friends do the cinematography, but I wrote and directed as well. So, and I edited that one.
So I'm somebody who also tends to like do a lot of my own work.
Yeah.
Especially for filmmaking. What for you is the driving force between being the writer, the director, the cinematographer, doing all of these different roles yourself?
So for me, I would say when it comes to directing, that's just something like I'm just like passionate about because I just want to, for me, when I have a vision as a writer, I want to give it to somebody else, but I don't want them to like change like certain things about it. Like I feel like it's supposed to be in this format. So I feel like if they can't like put it in a certain format, I have to do it myself. Especially since it's my vision coming from me, and I feel like I can do it the best way that I can. And as a writer, I just have creative flows where it's just like a moment where I can write a horror film, or I could just write a comedy or a dramatic movie. There's times where I feel like that because I've always had that passion since I was a kid. When it comes to editing, though, I think I take that upon myself because a lot of times you can ask people to help you, and it might not always turn out how you want it to.
Yeah.
And it might also be a instance where people can't always help you, where they're busy themselves, so you might have to do it yourself. But I would also say too, like to that, it's like also just like a moment of just learning new things. So I try to take on to like when it's like cinematography, I'm like I can learn something about that. So when it does come to the point where I need a cinematographer, I know what I want from the cinematographer. Or the same thing with editing. Doing these things, you don't have to be great at it for when you're doing it, but you just have to know some knowledge of it. So when you learn it, you can have it to the point where you want to have somebody do the job for you.
Yeah.
They're not just like, BSing or telling you, oh yeah, we can do it for this price or that price. You want to make sure you're getting the best value you can with that person.
Right. And it gives you the language to be able to communicate more effectively, like what you want.
Yes.
Right?
That's a big part of it too. So, but I will say though, like whatever you do, I would say take one thing out of that, anything creative. Like if you want to be a director, a writer, editor, or a cinematographer, even if you want to be a stage director, a stage manager, take that one thing and make it great. Make yourself great at it, because once you're great at that thing, people can't take that away from you.
Mm-hmm. What drew you to filmmaking instead of another creative medium?
I'd say since I was like a little kid, I've always just been fascinated with movies. I used to watch all types of movies, like horror, dramatic comedies, regular comedies, rom-coms. I used to even watch Bollywood movies. So all these movies, I feel like it gave me an inspiration of just like I see the story, I'm just like, wow, I feel like I could do something like that. Even when I was a little kid, I was like very good like with drawing and illustration. So I would like what we're doing right now, I would cut out like little pieces of the drawing and like make a story out of it, like 2 characters and do things like that. So I feel like it was always like that creative bone in my body that just told me like it's gonna lead me here.
Yeah.
It's always been there for me. It's just about the path that I was taking. So I'm just glad I'm here now.
Do you have a go-to for a director or a movie or even just a genre? Whenever I ask somebody like what their favorite is, I always feel bad because it like puts them on the spot. And I know for me, I'm like, I can't think of any directors' names.
That is true. I have 3. It's a lot because a lot of people, they get stuck in that paradox of like, oh, who's my favorite director or what's my favorite movie? And the reality is we all have like a bunch of different favorite movies. It's hard to narrow it down.
Yeah.
But I would say to that answer, I have 3 of my favorite directors that inspired me. So I'll list it down. Not in any particular order, but just
just like these 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Christopher Nolan.
Okay.
Ryan Coogler. And Jordan Peele.
There's a very good like theme going on between the 3 of them as well.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all like, I feel like their movies, it always like every movie they make has a different theme and a different cinematic element that gravitates into it. So I feel like when it comes to Jordan Peele, all his movies have like a little horror theme to it, but it's just a different vibe of the horror that you're feeling. Like with Get Out, it's like a social economic, it's like a social commentary on like a race or just like how we see it today. And with Us, it's like, you don't know what's really going on. So it's like a whole secret society of like individuals of like our alternate selves. And then it just like makes you think with that point. When it comes to Ryan Coogler, all his movies for me is just like more of like the cinematic element of bringing you into a story of like something you don't ever see. Even when it comes to like his Creed movies, it makes you feel like, oh, this is real.
When you are like gravitating towards this inspiration, do you also tap into their style as well, or is it more on their themes?
That's a good question, actually. That's a really good question.
It's a loaded one. I'm sorry, I
is.
didn't really mean for it to be that.
No, that's a really good question. I feel like for me, I do take a little inspiration from them, but it comes more from like, not from their style, because I want to create my own style.
Right.
But I feel like from their themes of what they're going for, I try to take a little inspiration from that and mold it into my own. So when I seen Sinners, I thought about the themes of it and how Ryan Coogler shot the film and what made him go with those themes. And I like to look at the backstories of everything that people do, like as far as like what made them want to make this film, what inspired them. And I take that into account and think about what inspires me to make a film, what would I do, and what are people going to relate to or see. Because you always want to capture the audience attention, whether it's confusion, whether it's frustration, or whatever it is you want to capture. It's better to have some type of emotion going out of a movie than not to have anything at all. Because if you don't have no emotion, you didn't really capture anybody's like attention.
Definitely.
So.
My partner and I do surprise movie night every Saturday night.
Okay.
So it started like back in the height of COVID. On Saturday nights, we would take turns picking a movie to surprise the other person with.
Oh.
And at first, like, we're both a bit of like cinephiles. And at first, there were definitely some where I'm like, oh, I don't, why are you doing this to me? And I would get like, when I didn't like it, I would get not annoyed, but I'd be like, oh, I just didn't like it. But now, because we've been doing this since like COVID started, right? Like this is like the 5th year that we've been doing it.
Yeah.
And now whenever it's a bad to me movie or like it just didn't resonate with me or I didn't like it, sometimes I appreciate it even more because I'm kind of like, wait, why didn't I like it? Or I like really want to explore it because then I think that helps me figure something out as well, like what I do like and what I don't. Or I can learn from it.
Yeah, I think it's a way of like understanding what element of film do you like? What like themes do you like in film? Because you're not gonna like every genre of film, every element that goes into it.
Yeah.
You might like the film for its cinematography more than its direction. You might like the film more for its color corrections, or the way that it's shot more than you like the dialogue or the story. There's different things in the film that will gravitate towards you.
What do you prioritize when you're making a film? What element is like, okay, no matter what, this is my priority?
So for me, I feel like I like to gravitate towards the story because I do want to make sure the cinematography is great.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have great cinematography but a lackluster story, it's not going to really matter as much because the story is what's going to captivate the people. What's going to keep them there is the cinematography. So once you have a great story, they're going to be like, it's not shot too well, but I'm engaged. But if it's a great story and it's shot very well.
And it's shot well, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely staying there.
Me too.
So I feel like it starts off with the story first, and then it starts off with the cinematography.
Yeah. Lately, music has been really creeping in for me, where I'm just like, oh man, this is a really good soundtrack or a score.
That's definitely key. I'll say like for any great movie, it has to have a really great score. Like look at Christopher Nolan's movies. Every movie he had a great score. When you watch The Dark Knight, that score in The Dark Knight, you can't forget it. Or even in Interstellar.
And even he did Oppenheimer, right?
Yeah, he did.
And so even that, like the sound design is phenomenal.
Yeah. Sound is just like essential to like being like to be in a great movie. You just need great sound in general. A great soundtrack, a great score. You need all of that to have a great film. So it becomes like much more amplified when you make a film. So I'd say for me, first is the story, then everything else like the cinematography and sound comes right there.
What's the one film that you have seen like an uncountable amount of times? Even if it's embarrassing, I want to know.
So I've been watching, like for some reason, I just like to watch The Godfather like every time.
The original?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that in such a long time. But when I was younger, like middle school or high school, I really was into the book.
The book?
Have you ever read the book?
I haven't. Maybe I should read the book.
I highly recommend it. I should probably preface this that it's been like a significant amount of time since I've read it, so I'm not sure. Like, I love it as much as I used to. But I remember being like, oh my gosh, this is such a great book.
That's actually good that you brought up books, because I would say books is also a key component of why I got into film, because I used to read a lot and like I used to fascinate about the stories and like pictured like the actual like book itself, and it made me want to write stories more. So when I seen that, I was like, wow, like I used to, there was this book I had, I think it was Alex Cross or Alex Rider, one of those books I used to read a lot.
Okay.
And it used to fascinate me so much because it was like a spy book.
Yeah.
So it was like a series of different spy books, and I used to like read it a lot, and I was just captivated by it. And I always said, I want to make a spy movie, or I want to make a video game or something like that. So it was just like, things like that that really inspired me to want to do film.
Mm-hmm.
There has been a movie I was recently watching, or is it a show? Oh, Breaking Bad. I could watch Breaking Bad 10 times.
I've only watched it once, and now you're making me want to watch it.
That show's amazing.
Again as well.
That show, that's my favorite show ever. Since we're on that topic of shows, what are your top 3 shows ever?
TV shows?
Yeah.
Ooh, loaded question, sir. Okay, Golden Girls is definitely number 1. Like, it's my feel good, and it totally holds up. It's like very progressive.
Yeah.
For its time, it totally holds up, and I legit want all of the outfits. For real.
You could probably get the outfits. I don't know.
I'm gonna try. I feel like one of these days I'm gonna go on like an eBay bender looking for them, I think. Okay. Oh, this is so hard. I would probably put The Wire in there.
Okay.
I mean, my dog's named after a character. It should be in there, right?
Yeah. Why not?
And a third, I might have to get back to you on that. I'm gonna think.
At least you got 2 in there. Some
2.
people don't have 1.
Do you have 3 like solid go-tos?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, what are they?
Breaking Bad.
Right?
Prison Break.
Prison Break.
Yeah.
Interesting selection.
Yeah.
Okay.
The X-Files.
You know, I've never watched the X-Files.
X-Files is amazing.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get on it.
Yeah.
What makes it amazing? Like, for somebody who hasn't watched it, like, what would you say?
I would say, like, if you're one of those people that just, like, you know, like, I guess question reality a lot and, like, just have, like, you overthink, or you're just, like, a conspiracy theorist, it's, like, one of those shows where you're just, like, wow, like, you just love it. And it's, like, the story itself is very unique. It's different. It's not just one story about, like, oh, they see aliens or something. It's, like, all different unique stories in every episode. It does lead up to a certain point. I didn't finish it yet, but as I'm watching it, I can tell, like, how great the show is. It went on for 11 seasons, but if it goes on for 11 seasons, it has to be great.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, just watching it over time with my fiance, like, we've been watching it. It's just, like, such an amazing, like, show. It's, like, I feel like it's ahead of its time when it comes to, like, certain topics. Like, I guess people being cloned or people being under mind control, certain things like that you think about now that they was talking about back then, they probably was, like, it was probably taboo to them.
Right.
So it's, like, certain episodes they have is very unique to its, like, time, and it is shot very well, I would say. So
it's stylistic, right?
Yeah, it's very stylistic in this way. So I do really appreciate that show for what it is and how they made it, because not every show was like that back in, especially when it was in the early '90s. So that was, like, very different for its time.
Yours are all very dramatic.
Yeah, yeah, it is. But I feel like X-Files got a little horror element to it too, so that's why it intrigues me. So Prison Break and Breaking Bad are more dramatic, but X-Files is dramatic, but it's also, like, suspension thriller. So
would you say that there's a theme to the films that you've worked on so far, or do you think that your voice is still developing in terms of, like, what themes you're exploring in your films?
So for me, I feel like the first few films I made were more, like, melodramatic films, because it was more about, like, the first one I made was about a guy, like, it was his birthday, and it was his first time having a conversation with his father in years, because their relationship was strained. They finally had that conversation. And the second film was, like, I started it, so that was basically about a guy, like, looking for a job in the film industry, and he gets denied, and he's, like, trying to figure out, like, where he's going from here, like. So it's both of them were shot in black and white to give off that mellow type of feeling, and that was the themes that I was, like, having at that moment. But for me, I feel like I want to go more into, like, the horror suspense thriller elements, and that's the themes I want to give off. So I know I steered away with the comedy, but I want to give, like, a different element. I want to just throw people off, not just go in the same direction, but just throw people off. Oh, he went with a comedy, so go right there, and then that's when I start with the horror themes and suspense thrillers, because that's something I really feel like I can nail down properly. Like, I just want to see, like, where I can head with those.
Yeah. I also really have a deep appreciation for like a comedic horror or like a horror that just has, even if it's like a few great one-liners in it.
Yeah.
I think there's something so clever about being able to do that.
You know what's funny? I was working on I'm writing a horror right now, and it's like certain dialogue that I have in there. It's like it gives off like comedic horror. So I'm thinking if I should stay with that or just like maybe I should stay with that.
That's my vote. You mentioned that you were going to be doing some film festivals or submitting to it.
Yeah.
Have you submitted before?
I have. I submitted for my first short film. I've gotten to one film festival. Like I got selected for one.
Congrats.
And yeah, I was genuinely surprised because like it was my thesis short film, but I wasn't expecting to like get into one that early.
That's amazing. Oh, so great. Do you have any tips for anybody who is in your shoes that they are like making something and thinking about submitting to a film festival? Like that's my dream, is to even just submit, like have something finished and submit. So you're like living my dream.
I would say for anybody that wants to submit to a festival or is even trying to give it a shot, just go ahead and do it. I'm gonna say don't have the hesitation, because if you have the hesitation, it's gonna be like it's gonna feel much more dissatisfying than when you do like put your name out there, because even if you don't get accepted, you're still putting your name out there, and at the end of the day, they can always come back to you at a later time and be like, oh, I seen that you have this film out.
Yes.
I know you talked about this film before, but this one probably fits our time frame more. It looks much more compact and feels much more fluid. It's not about, when I first submitted to the film festivals, and they didn't accept me, I did feel a little defeated at first. But then I also thought about that this can be an opportunity for me to just try again, and even if I didn't get it this time, I will get it the next time, because now they know who I am.
Yeah, now they know. You're just kind of introducing yourself to them.
It's your introduction, so don't be afraid to introduce yourself to the film world. Even if it's not the film world, if it's the art world, or you're doing anything the creative, just like put your name out there. I always have this quote that I put. This is the quote that I have just in general: to inspire the uninspired. When you feel uninspired to do something, just look at. I want people to look at, like, not just me, but other people, other individuals that do creative stuff. Look at them and see how they got there. You might think it's the easiest steps they took, but it's not. It's a hard road at times. It's even harder when you're doing creative work, because people are going to see that and be like, oh, why are you doing that? A lot of people are not going to believe in you, but once you believe in yourself, that's the most important thing, because if you believe in yourself, you can go a long way with it.
So true. All right, we are nearing the end, my friend, so I am gluing.
Oh,
You've been gluing.
Yeah, I have.
Before we go, I'm always really intrigued by any kind of like favorite device or tool, or even like a habit that somebody has for working in whatever medium they're working on. Do you have any kind of favorite?
My favorite tool to use is DaVinci Resolve. It's editing software that's really great for color grading, and I use it a lot because I feel like when I use it, it makes me like understand editing more, and I like to stay on my computer because I feel more engaged with my film work. I like to watch short films as well, to just keep myself enthused and inspired as well, because it's a lot of short films out there, and you want to always be inspired. Not taking anybody's ideas, but just having inspiration for something you can, potentially make a new form of genre or a new film or something. So
once you are, I can't decide where I want this to go. Once you are finished editing this one, are you already in pre-production for another one, or do you do multiples at the same time? Like in different stages at the same time, or
I would say
one at a time?
Right now I'm just like, I'm trying to. I think I'm gonna like Jordan Peele it right now and just like do it one at a time. I don't want to, cause I want to really. I really want to really like fledge out the story for this one. This one is probably gonna be 15 minutes, cause I'll tell you a little preview of it. I already have the story for it. So this one is like leaning more into like the horror suspense thriller. This one is it's called Expiration Date. It's basically about a guy that like he basically is like going through guilt or just going through grief, and he finds these unique glasses that kind of reminds him of his like grandfather. So he buys them off this vintage store, and the glasses are basically like glasses that can tell people's like expiration date. So yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, it's like a very unique story.
All right, how are you feeling about your collage? Are you finished?
I guess I'm pretty much finished. I'm like right there.
I mean, with collage, we can always keep going, but sadly,
we
have to be done. You want to reveal it to all of our viewers? I love it. I like how full it is.
Yeah, I like to like put a lot of stuff in my collage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like it too. Let's show it again. I feel like it's just different elements of everything, like music, cars. I feel like it's something about like this is actually something I didn't do this on purpose. I just thought about it. This is all different things. Like I like to wear like nice, unique outfits like this. I do love music. I do like old time cars, and this car jacket right here is something I would wear. So
perfect.
So it's like all things about me that I feel like is unique.
I love it. Where can viewers find you and your work?
I am on Instagram, DVR Films. I'm also on YouTube as well. All my handles is DVR Films, even on TikTok as well. And you can find me in my work next year at film festivals. I will put out a trailer for my short film.
Yes.
Soon enough, you will see it. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being on the show.
Of course.
All right, now it's your turn. I'm still working on like outros. Is that the right word? Outros? Okay, so it's your turn. Go cut something up.
That's a nice intro.
Yeah?
Outro, that's a nice
You think
intro.
so? Yeah. So I always tell everybody like, I feel like it makes sense to hold scissors, but this feels really aggressive. So
Yeah. Maybe
go cut something up. That's what's been
go cut something
sticking.
up, yeah. But I don't know what you can hold in your hand. Maybe the glue's probably
Go
safer.
glue something up. It doesn't work.
It doesn't. But this was great though. This was great.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
This is
All
great.
right, and we're cut.